Hello, welcome back. Some beer tasting notes. Sons of Adam Irish Stout. Irish Brewers Dublin Stout. Sean's tasting notes. Presumably named because the ingredients have been sitting about since roughly the days of Enoch. A proper Irish stout should be pitch black, creamy in texture, with rich yet subtle notes of coffee and toasted milk. This tastes like someone watered down a pot of roofing tar, then spiked the whole thing with burning tires. The mouthfeel is akin to licking a greasy rat, and how I know that is a story I will not be telling you. I shared the sense memory profile with a mate of mine from Cork, and he actually burst into flames. Please don't send any more data on this one. We got a pressed flower, the DWARF geranium Richardi, steadfast peaty, language of flowers. And a royal correspondence from January 22nd, 1868. To Earl Russell, the Queen can assure Lord Russell that he need be under no apprehension of her not arriving in time for the opening of Parliament. If she has the whole Monday open, she can go when she likes, and with Alberta she has no longer cause to fear a bad passage. To enable the Queen to go through what she can only compare to an execution, it is of importance to keep the thought of it as much from her mind as possible, and therefore the going to Windsor to wait 2 whole days for this dreadful ordeal would do her positive harm. The Queen has never till now mentioned this painful subject to Lord Russell, but she wishes once for all to just express her own feelings. She must, however, premise her observations by saying that she entirely absolves Lord Russell and his colleagues from any attempt ever to press upon her what is so very painful an effort. The Queen must say that she does feel very bitterly the want of feeling of those who ask the Queen to go to open Parliament. That the public should wish to see her she fully understands, and has no wish to prevent quite the contrary, But why this wish should be of so unreasonable and unfeeling a nature, has too long to witness this spectacle of a poor broken-hearted widow, nervous and shrinking, dragged in deep mourning, alone in state as a show, where she used to go supported by her husband, to be gazed at, without delicacy of feeling, is a thing she cannot understand, and she never could wish her bitterest foe to be exposed to. She will do it this time, as she promised it, but she owns she resents the unfeelingness of those who have clamored for it, of the suffering which it will cause her. Nervous as she now is, she can give no idea, but she owns she hardly knows how she will go through it. Were the Queen a woman possessed of strong nerves, she would not mind going through this painful exhibition, but her nerves, from the amount of anxiety and constant and unceasing work which is quite overwhelming her, as well as from her deep sorrow, are terribly and increasingly shaken, and she will suffer much for some time after from the shock to her nervous system which this ordeal will occasion. It is hard when she works and slaves away all day until late at night, but not to be spared at least such trials. What the fuck? Stupid fucking letter. Here we have another one from June 26, 1867. To Lord Charles Fitzroy. Lord Charles Fitzroy, having always been so kind to the Queen in all that concerns her convenience and comfort, and having only lately informed her that the Duke of Beaufort so completely understood her wishes and entered into her feelings respecting her faithful Brown, and having also her last year, that people quite understood his going as an upper servant with her carriage, and he, Lord Charles, thinking there should be no difference in London to the country, and moreover having taken him everywhere with her for 2 years on public as well as private occasions, she is much astonished and shocked at an attempt being made by some people to prevent her faithful servant going with her to the review in Hyde Park, thereby making the poor, nervous, shaking queen, who was so accustomed to his watchful care and intelligence, terribly nervous and uncomfortable. Whatever can be done, the queen does not know on this occasion, or what it all means she does not know. But she would be very glad if Lord Charles could come down tomorrow morning any time before luncheon, that she may have some conversation with him on this subject, not so much with a view as to what can be done on this occasion, but as to what can be done for the future to prevent her being teased and plagued with the interference of others, and moreover to make it completely understood once and for all that her upper Highland servant, whether it be Brown or another, in case he should be ill, replaces him, belongs to her outdoor attendance on state as well as private occasions. The queen will not be dictated to or made to alter what she has found to answer for her comfort, and looks to her gentlemen, and especially her equerries, setting this right for the future, whatever may be done on this single occasion. If, when Lord Charles arrives, he would first go to Countess Blucher, he will hear from her what has passed. Yep. All right. Oh shit. Well, this is the Operation Locomotive. Stop the Templars from sending a train full of dynamite into a crowded station. That'll be in the next part, though. See you later.